I've wanted to love zero-torque putters for years, but here's the problem nobody talks about. They've always required this weird, unnatural setup that just never felt right. But what if I told you Odyssey just solved that problem? What you're about to see might completely change how you think about putting stability. Stick around, because at the 3-minute mark, I'm going to show you the exact technology that makes this possible. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the Odyssey S2S Tri-Hot number 7 putter. And honestly, this might be the most excited I've been about a putter review in a long time. If you've been following the zero-torque trend, but felt like something was always off, you need to hear this. Let's get into it. Okay, so first, let me explain why zero-torque putters have been such a double-edged sword. The concept is brilliant, right? When a putter has zero torque, it means the shaft is positioned directly above the center of gravity. This creates what's called a toe-up balance point. And when you have that perfect balance, the face naturally wants to stay square through your stroke. No twisting, no manipulation needed. It's basically a cheat code for stability. But here's where it gets frustrating. To achieve this balance on most zero-torque putters, manufacturers had to position the shaft way back from the face, which meant you needed this awkward forward press just to get the putter sitting square on the ground. Your hands had to be way ahead of the ball, and it just never felt natural. I know I'm not alone in this. Every time I tried one of these putters, I loved the stability, but hated the setup. So I kept going back to traditional putters, even though I knew I was giving up that incredible stability. Until now. This is where Odyssey's engineers did something really clever. Their philosophy with this new S2S Tri-Hot lineup is simple. We've moved zero torque forward, and I'm about to show you exactly how they pulled it off. They used a multi-material construction, combining lightweight aluminum and steel with over 140 grams of tungsten. That's a lot of tungsten, by the way. And they positioned all that weight so far forward that, get this, over 80% of the putter's weight now sits below the top line. What does this mean for you? Well, because the center of gravity is so far forward, the shaft can now enter the head right above the top line, just like a normal center-shafted putter. So you still get that zero-torque stability, but without the awkward setup. Look at this difference. With my old zero-torque putter, I have to really press my hands forward to get it square. But with the S2S Tri-Hot, it just falls into place. No manipulation, no awkward lean. It just sits perfectly square and flush to the ground. This is the breakthrough moment right here. Now let's talk about what you see when you look down at this thing. Odyssey went with a red and black matte finish, and I've got to say, it looks incredibly clean and modern. It's a huge visual upgrade from the previous S2S range. The number 7 shape has these iconic fangs that have always been great for alignment, but they've added a new crosshair system on top of that. When you combine these two features, lining up your putts becomes effortless. And because I'm not worried about my hand position or shaft lean anymore, I can just focus on my target, my eyes go to the line, the putter sits naturally, and I'm ready to roll it. That mental freedom, that's huge. Okay, so we've covered the setup and the looks, but here's what really surprised me, the feel. Odyssey completely redesigned the insert for this lineup, and it's a game changer. This is an AI-designed dual-layer insert. It has a soft outer layer and a firm inner layer, which creates this soft yet responsive sensation. If you've ever used the original White-Hot insert and loved how cushioned it felt, this brings back that same nostalgia but with modern performance. You get that plush urethane feel, but the ball still comes off with a positive, responsive roll. And that's thanks to the FRD groove design. These grooves are positioned at a 19-degree angle to promote forward roll and get the ball turning end over end immediately. When I tested this on the course, the consistency was immediately noticeable. Every putt felt solid, the ball was rolling true, and I had confidence from the moment I set up. Distance control was excellent, and even on off-center hits, the ball still held its line really well. That's the zero-torque stability doing its job. Now, let's talk about the complete package. The entire S2S Tri-Hot lineup comes with a heavier and stiffer black S120 shaft, which adds to that stable, planted feeling through the stroke. And this Pistol Plus grip, I'm a massive fan. It sits in your hands perfectly. If you've ever used a Super Stroke Pistol 2.0, it has a similar feel. Everything about this putter just screams premium quality. Which brings me to the price. This putter retails for $549 in the US and £499 in the UK. Now, I know that's not cheap, but here's my take. You use your putter for roughly 40% of your shots in a round. That's more than any other club in your bag. So if you're serious about improving your scoring and you value consistency, stability, and confidence on the greens, this investment makes a lot of sense. Everything I've experienced with this putter, from the engineering to the materials to the performance, justifies that price point for me. So here's my final verdict on the Odyssey S2S Tri-Hot number 7. This putter takes the cheat code stability of zero torque technology and puts it into a package that finally feels natural and intuitive. If you've been curious about zero torque putters but were held back by the awkward setup of previous models, this is your moment. Odyssey has solved that problem. The number 7 sits perfectly square without manipulation. It feels incredible off the face, the alignment is effortless, and the performance on the course backs up everything I've just told you. If you're in the market for a high-performance putter and you want something that combines cutting-edge technology with a classic, confidence-inspiring look, you need to give the S2S Tri-Hot number 7 a serious look. All right, that wraps up my review of the Odyssey S2S Tri-Hot number 7. I want to know, have you tried any zero torque putters before? What was your experience? Drop a comment below and let me know. If you found this review helpful, do me a favor and smash that like button. And if you want more honest, in-depth golf gear reviews like this, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you never miss an upload. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Now get out there and start draining some putts.